Dave. Yeah.
Bonjour, Dino.
What's that?
Bonjour.
Yes, a little bit of French in this. Oui,
A lot of
oui.
French. Welcome
Yeah.
to, welcome to the Second Empire.
Yeah. Can I just say Gatita? My
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Late Horror Show. I am Dino, as always, and that is Dave Plouffe, Monsieur Plouffe. He says, hello, mon ami. Whatever. Because you know what? The name of this, and we'll get into it, the name of this episode I get it, but it is like Napoleonic. It's French. It's like this weird. I'm like, well, you picked a good name for the episode, but I don't know if it goes. Well, anyways, let me say hi to everybody. How you doing, Dave?
Let's do that. Let's do
Okay,
that.
yeah, man. I tell you, and you got me, Gatita, right? I mean,
Oh man, I'd chase a ball of yarn with her
and
anywhere.
she was also in the episode, I think the second Star Trek, the original series episode, Mirror Mirror.
She was in a whole bunch of
She
things,
was.
and I'll tell you, I think she's still alive.
Yes, she is. I think yes, and she's very beautiful. Oh my. Anyways,
She is.
let's not just. I clapped right in front of my mic. Sorry, people. Anybody wearing earbuds or anything? Hello.
Or my lights just went out.
You got the clapper still, Dave?
Here we go.
You got the clapper? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I tell you guys, I can't believe I'm here right now. I mean, I'm sick. I'm not going to dwell on it. A rough 48 hours. I'm still feeling like crap, my throat, my body, but we're going to have fun and and smile and get through this show. So yes, hello, sweet indigo. Prudently at home. Finally,
Hi, welcome.
yeah, finally made one of these. Always at the overnights, but Shalom, Ahava, Kimby, Connie Clary, thank you. 37 months. Listen, I know you probably joined and then rejoined, so that should be even way more than that, like over 2 years. But thank you, Connie Clary, for all your support over these years. Kathy Evans. And if anybody wants to support the show, links are everywhere. Description, pinned to the top. And we are going to talk about Wild Wild West. The what is it again?
The Deadly Bed.
The Night of the Deadly Bed, and we will talk about that. Oh boy, Edward Stewart is here. Laura, what is going on? Ed Stathis, good to see you, my friend. Let me see. I don't want to miss nobody. William Cromer, but Black Roses was here at the beginning. Hopefully, still here. Toon, Brian Kirkham. Good to see each and every one of you. Kathy is right here. She actually dropped a box off to me of goodies and candies from Canada. She came to Ohio to see the eclipse and to see the Christmas Story house. And unfortunately, I'm sick, and I don't want to get her sick. And I'm like, how many times is she going to get down here? But I didn't want to get her sick. So, but it was still good to have her drop that off, and I got some goodies and everything else. So love you, Kathy. Anyways, this episode, better than the first one. I mean, I enjoyed the first one, but I think this one there was something a little bit more charm about it than the first one. I really dug this one, Dave.
Well, I'm glad. I actually like the first one better, just
Really?
because I'm a big fan of Suzanne Plachette and
Okay.
all the actors in that group. However, this one you can't complain about. It's really nice. It's kind of set up in like my area, which is, kind of the rolling hills and the desert land and the missions and things like that. So I still love how this series is black and white.
Oh yeah, I mean that adds a little something to it for sure. The glove cleaner is here, Sin City Jim. What is going on? Yeah, pretty cool. Yes. This had a kind of a different storyline. It didn't seem so much Western as the first one did, if you get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And this is also, by the way, that actually it is the 9th episode that they filmed. So
Really? Okay.
it's the 9th episode that they filmed. It's the second one that they aired. And in between then, they had a lot of different directors through. So kind of Kolchak-esque in that respect. But you may be liking it because it's a more finished type of product.
Yeah, it's definitely more. It's cleaner,
Yes.
and I love the storyline. Yeah, I like everything about it. And listen, again, Gatita, I'm not going to just dwell on it, but what a beautiful woman. And her character kind of went in and out of different, like, what she was doing. I mean, listen, she was trying to, she was going to kill him. And then she wants to save, then this and that. And, all this other stuff. But you also get a shirtless William Conrad in here for the ladies.
It's going to be in,
I guess. But,
that's going to be a regular in all the episodes.
I get it. But listen, the dude was in good shape. I mean, I give him that.
He was. He would run 5 miles every morning.
Well, yeah, it looks like it. He's in good shape. I get it, ladies. Anyways, yeah. So where to start?
Why don't we start at the beginning in the warehouse?
That sounds good. With Captain Jack, because listen, the French army is going to be involved here. The Mexican peasants are going to be involved, and then you got Jim West and Artemis, and then the story revolves around there. I'll let Dave take it here.
Or Ted. You can do it. Either one. That'd be cool if Ted walked in.
Right? I tell you. Hey, CM. Wait, we got somebody new. Chris Mulkentine. I watched many scary series from the 70s. This is my first Wild West. Welcome, Chris. I got Sweet Indigo up there. Hey, Sweet Indigo, what's going on? I got Chris. Listen, most of the time we're talking sci-fi or horror. Kolchak, we love talking Kolchak, but we started throwing in Wild Wild West. I don't know how long you've been here, Chris, but good to have you, and welcome to the chat. Anyways, Dave, go for it.
All right. So this episode opens up in a warehouse, which is really one of the coolest warehouses. It's where I would like to be. And one of the things I would love to have in the future when I'm wealthy is just a warehouse of boxes and barrels and cool things written upon them. Like there were barrels of lobster. Do lobsters get shipped in barrels?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Well, if they're quickly moved, I guess lobster on ice is what they said. Okay. So it's beneath. Is it beneath the saloon, or is it off in a building of its own?
It's off on a building on its own, because when they walk in, when the explosion happens, it's ground level. So
yeah,
you're
right. Yeah. I think it's close to, because they go through the basement and then all of a sudden they're outside going into this like stock room area out back. I don't know. And it's filled with all kinds of antiquities and art and lobster on ice and caviar.
There's a piano.
There's all kinds of things.
And
there's a little clock
that is going to explode.
Yes, and hello, MOR. Good to see you.
One of the things early on when you first get in there is a box, and on the outside it has Casa Estrella Queimada on it. It is a reused prop from the very first pilot episode.
Well, look at you, Dave.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's interesting.
And I will tell you, there's also a great faux pas in this. Toward the very end, where Jim West is riding on a horse back to his train, a car drives by in the distance.
No. Oh, how'd I miss that?
So good.
Oh, it's little things like that kind of make a show sometimes, You're like, oh, now I know that. There's a car driving in the back.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Okay, so I have to look out for that. Actually, go back and look real quick. Somebody asked if it was on YouTube. It's not on YouTube. I don't think I think the only place you can watch is Amazon Prime right now. But listen, you can find it other places. The lobster barrels caught me off guard at first because I'm a rock lobster. yeah. Kathy, there you are. Hello, Dino, Dave, everyone in the chat. Thank you for the goodies, and the bad luck, right? Still good to have you in the area. I feel your energy, Kathy. Yeah. Anyways, Andrea Black, what's going on? Nothing like a lobster in a barrel. Yeah, listen, how quickly does ice melt? I don't know how long it would stay down there. A couple hours. They got to move that stuff quickly.
They do,
Yeah.
especially in an area that looks very deserty.
Right. Very hot. And there's no air conditioning in that stock room. But listen, we got Captain Jack. He's evidently is he an American soldier or?
Yeah, he is I think a Secret Service person, very much like Jim West, and he's trying to figure out this mystery. And what's weird is we see the cantina next door, right? And I put down at Acapulco's, right? So
Acapulco.
and it's run by a Chinese woman.
Yes.
So again, very out of place when you start to think about it. And she goes back into the warehouse. She moves the clock forward. So we don't know at this time, but it's going to be a bomb that's going to explode.
Vito Corleone rock mobster. Yeah. Hey, Francis, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, she comes in with this nice little antique looking clock or whatever and turns the clock. It's going to be a bomb, and it's twists these little balls at the bottom. It's very cool looking. It's like an antique. I mean, that's what's down there.
Oh yeah.
And her name was Shin, and she was it was a saloon she was in. It was like a kind of a Mexican Old West saloon.
It was a cantina, is what I wrote down. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, same difference, right? Is there a difference between cantina and saloon?
One is Mexican and one is American.
Well, thank you very much, Dave.
You're welcome. All right.
Now I know.
Because we're very worldly in this broadcast.
She was in a cantina then. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So was the Star Wars crew. But anyways, go on.
Definitely.
That's not Mexican, I don't think. But
all right. So, well, Tatooine was quite a desolate.
What do you call a space age saloon? A cantina.
Space.
Why would they call it a cantina?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways,
you don't do sci-fi with me on Sundays.
No. So yes, Shin goes back and she's behind the bar, kind of. She's being the bartender. Hello, Jim West, she says.
Yes.
Yes.
She says Captain Jack wants to see you. He's in the warehouse, and the guitar.
And I had no idea that this had anything to do with Pirates of the Caribbean.
It really didn't.
When she came back and said, Captain Jack Sparrow wants to see you out back. I mean, I'm like, is this where they got the name? I don't know.
So the guitar player stops playing.
Yeah, that was like a heavy rock that just went to the bottom of the lake, right?
And he pulls
big fail.
one of the strings off his guitar, and he wraps it up like he's going to strangle somebody.
Yes.
Follows Jim West out to the warehouse, attacks him. Jim West, of course, knows all about karate. Just knocks him out.
Is that karate or is that judo? He gives him awa.
That's karate.
Okay, that's karate.
Yeah.
Hey, Duck Dodgers, what's going on? You guys got a spaced out Dino tonight. He's sick and he's delirious. So doing my best. Hey, Dave.
And I'm wondering how much cough syrup you've had today.
Okay. So yes, he beats the heck out of them and turns around and opens up what is that stock room? I don't even know what to call it.
It's a warehouse. It's a barn.
Okay, it's a barn. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's what's a Mexican barn called?
A barn.
Okay, a barn. It's a barn. Okay, so he opens it up and the Captain Jack goes, Jim West, is that you? I don't know if he said it exactly that way.
Almost makes it out. Almost makes it out. Explosion happens, knocks them both down, and then Citizen Kane takes over. And Jim runs over to him, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And all he does is open his mouth and say, "Rosebud." No, he says Flory.
Sorry.
And then he dies. But you have the zoom in on his, dust-covered mustache and mouth and everything.
Face and all that. Yeah. Very Civil War-esque.
Yes. So
yes.
Right out of Citizen Kane. we've got
Yeah.
this mysterious word now, and
Flory. What does Flory mean? And
I,
if you were watching this back in the day,
yeah,
you wouldn't know what Flory meant. Now we can go to IMDb and go, oh, it's that character, you know.
absolutely.
But the thing is, they're going to wonder, who is this Flory? What does it mean? Is there a Flory around here? You know, Jim West is going to try to find out. So, yeah.
But then we have the opening credits, which are always still one of my favorite things. And we meet back at the train.
Hey, George Daly. What's going on? Oh, horror junkie for life. Now, listen, we got plenty of time to talk about this. Member for 30 months, level 2 support. Evening all. Hope you all feeling better, Dino. Thank you, horror junkie for life. Appreciate it. 30 months there, too. Man, horror junkie. For all you people who've been around for so long or just started, I mean, I appreciate you guys so much. People have been around for over two. I mean, it just shows how much love we all got for each other, right? Small little family here. Listen to this guy on the stream here. I've known him for 8 years, and he just pops on and starts doing shows with me. Listen, Dave.
Since we were kids.
Yeah, since we were kids. Exactly. Wait, I can't find the unpin that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so where are we at? Oh, WWM is here too. Look at everybody showing up. What's going on? It's a party. Well, what's with this eclipse, man? I mean, the people are videotaping it and they're cheering. Listen, I get it. It's cool. But is there any significance other than the moon's passing in front of the sun?
No, I'm personally waiting for the F clips.
Are you?
Yeah.
That comes right after.
Well,
yeah.
it happens after the eclipse.
Yeah, a couple years down the line.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a while.
It does.
Yeah. What kind of mug you got there? That looks. Is that a late horror show mug?
It's a Starbucks mug with Edward Hopper's Nighthawks on the front of it.
Don't you got a late horror show mug? You need to follow the link and get one.
I have a late horror show tank top and T-shirt.
Yes, I know that. Yes, Johnny Dollar. Anyways, oh yeah, and overnight tonight, a good mix. I put it all together, and got a good mix of detective shows tonight. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Chris says, is that the Star Trek Marion in the background on the top shelf next to Dracula? Is that the? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's right up there next to my props and stuff like that.
Which will, I'm sure, soon be replaced by another Lego set.
Yes, I just got the museum all together. It's huge. I've got I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's see what happened here. Oh boy.
George Daly received a membership gift.
Horror Junkie for life. Gifted one late horror show membership to George Daly. Thank you, Horror Junkie for life. Appreciate that. Okay, let's get back to the show, Dave. What happens after that?
Respond to Ed Stathis, and Edward Hopper is one of my favorite artists as well. And I wrote my senior paper on him for undergrad. So
nice. Hey, Quesadilla. He says, Yuga. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
So back to the episode. Jim West comes riding up to the train, which again is like, the train is so cool. I mean, everyone needs a train like that.
Yeah. Well, and later on when I can touch on it now even real quick because we can get through this episode, Dave. I love that trains are incorporated a lot more in this. It's all about the trains in this episode. And there's a portion towards about 3/4 of a way in where you see this toy train because the significance is what he's going to do, Flory, to sabotage the U.S. and win back Mexico for French and becoming Napoleonic laws being reinstated again and all that. Dr. Bombay, Barney Rubble is such a great actor. Can't believe he never won an Oscar for Best Actor. That's true, Dr. Bombay. Everybody keep an eye out. But the toy trains, Dave, brought me right back to my childhood. You can tell that they were fake, but they were the smoke that it took me back because my stepfather used to do the Lionel train sets, and he would build the houses with the trees. He would put the smoke in the top of the stack of the Lionel train, and it comes out in little puffs of smoke. So they did that in this episode to like show what Flory was going to do. But when I saw it coming around the bend, they look so realistic. They did this a lot back in the 30s and 40s, of course. They would use, miniatures and stuff like that for certain, sets and scenes. And the train comes running around, and you could, at first glance, if you got bad eyes, you wouldn't be able to tell that it was a toy train.
Right. I wrote down in my notes, it reminded me of Terror by Night.
Okay.
Which, they have a toy train there as well.
Yeah.
That wonderful Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce film.
Yes.
And, it reminded me growing up as well. And when we see the toy train set, when they're standing in front of it, it's not a little miniature, man. It is a big train set with mountains of soil and everything.
Yeah. And that was funny. It was funny when they first showed the train, I'm like going, okay, because the point is he wants to sabotage the United States during the war here. And the train. Go ahead, Dave.
The way that we move troops and ammunition and supplies is by railroad. So railroad, by the way, in the late 1800s,
Dave, the historian.
That is when trains are brand new. I mean, they haven't been around since the 1600s. They are literally 1860s, brand new invention. And it's something that, it's the highway, right, that we have today. And so he's basically going to disrupt the rail system in the U.S. to prevent us from stopping him.
Yes, because that's how America became great. I mean, whether you want to believe it or not, the train system, getting from the east to the west, moving goods, services, people, building up the country so quickly, it was all because of the trains. And he was pissed off about that. He's like, and he had this little, I thought what was really cool about the models was when that train came around, you see this little train that looked kind of steampunkish a bit.
It was.
It came and it rammed the other train.
It was an angry train.
It was a very angry train. Rammed it and then backed up into the tunnel and turned off its lights.
I usually will watch this with a closed caption on so I can catch all the words and the spellings and things like that. During that part, it says train humming. And then when it turns around the corner, it says humming louder.
Oh, no.
And it just cracked me up. But you're right. There was smoke everywhere. There was the battering ram. And really all I wrote down in my notes was, basically the train had a extension on it. That was the only difference between the two trains.
Right.
And
right.
It was the idea of it was like a snow shovel. It was just going to scoop the train up and knock it over.
Yeah. And definitely coal burning. The whole episode also is about coal.
Yeah.
And everything that is going to happen revolves around coal. Because evidently, I don't know, what was Artemis doing in the train? He was like taking a paste. Was it coal paste?
I guess.
To wrap. He was like pasting like you're plastering walls and stuff like that around like dynamite.
Right. And no reason for doing it. But it was just, and this is one of the things with Wild Wild West, is at the beginning, it sets up the end. So Jim comes in without a shirt on. You can see the six-pack he's got. He is totally fit. Hey, how are you, Artemis? Yeah. Fine, Jim, how are you? And he's all like, he's packing, like literally he's got, like, it reminded me of a person putting bricks. That's the kind of mortar and stuff he was using. And he was packing dynamite with it. And then he also gives him a ring. And it's got like a big diamond type shape on it. Not a diamond, but just a diamond shaped stone or rock. And we know that's going to come into effect later in the film as well. And it does help him get away.
Yeah, it's got some interesting abilities. Let's just say that. I mean, they verge on, again, I guess I see with the steampunk thing, we're only 2 episodes in, where they start incorporating things like even like the ring weapon type thing. It's not a weapon, but it helps them, like James Bond. it's going to do something like it's going to cut through metal. This ring can cut through metal, people. So I mean, I'm just saying, and very quickly at that. But yeah. So let's get back on track. Kind of jumping all over the place, but
On track like the train.
yeah, exactly like the train. Yeah. What? I can't hear you again. What did you say?
Nothing.
No, come on. I missed it. What did you say?
Didn't say
Something like the train. What?
I just said the train. You said,
Okay.
let's get back on track. And I'm like,
And you said get back on the train. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need a train to take me somewhere.
All right.
I haven't seen this show since the 60s when it was first aired. I do remember some pretty cool sets and stuff. That's the episodes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're back. We're back at the. Well, yeah, no.
We're not quite at the cantina because Jim needs to get dressed, and so we actually have to see him step into his little closet, get all tucked in, grab his belt thing. I don't know what you call it. Revolver, and it.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Bullets is all I can think of.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we miss something though? Before we get to the train, doesn't he go back to or is that after that?
It's after.
Okay, he goes to the train and then he goes back to the cantina.
Yes. And everyone in the cantina is different. The Chinese woman's gone. The banjo player is gone. And it's, there's a trap going to be set for this.
Banjo player.
Guitar player.
Yeah, Dave, banjo Steve Martin. That's like the jazz age in the 1920s banjo. Back in this time, we're talking about Wild Wild West, is they're all taking siestas with their guitars,
They are.
So, yeah, listen, you've been fumbling lately.
I'm fumbling. You're the one that's sick.
I don't expect it from you. From me, I expect it. No, I'm joking, Dave.
All right. But at least in the next scene, we get to meet Barbara Luna.
Thank goodness.
As known as Gatita.
Oh, Gatita, yes. She's singing.
Holy.
Yeah, I watched that scene about 5 times, I think. She's dancing. She's doing her thing, almost like a belly dancer, but she's just dancing around. And the guy's playing his guitar.
Yeah.
Or his banjo. He's playing his guitar, strumming the strings, and they're all different. The bartender's different, like Dave said. It's a whole new crew for Flory, I guess, And Jim West comes in and he's like, where's the Chinese lady that was here, And he says, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the only guy that's ever been here. He's trying to pull one over on his, pull. Yeah. Okay. Go on, Dave.
All right. Well, I'm still watching, Barbara Luna dancing. Barbara does have over 100 movie credits, by the way. Yeah. A lot of these actors were in just TV show after TV show and just one episode each. She was in, we were talking about earlier, The Invaders. She was in that. She was in Hawaiian Eye, another TV series with Robert Conrad. She was in Mike Hammer with our friend Darren McGavin. Perry Mason. She was in a ton of Westerns.
He was in a Hammer series?
Darren McGavin was Mike Hammer.
Mike Hammer. Detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. I'm just settling on that a little bit.
There were several Mike Hammer TV shows.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
In the 1950s, he was Mike Hammer.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, again, a lot of these people are from a lot of other TV shows. I mean, everybody back in the day they went on everything. So yeah.
Francis.
Playing the guitar, I hope he doesn't break his G-string. During the eclipse. Go on.
So the dance is over and she comes over to him and says like, hey, what's the problem? I'm dancing here. You're looking right through me. What's the problem? He
says, I'm looking for a girl. And she goes,
she just starts doing her hair. I'm right here. Hello.
Yeah, that was funny. And then he goes, maybe another time. And then he walks to the guy playing the guitar and he asks him the same thing. Where's the guy that was playing the guitar before? And he goes, I don't, and she comes up to him again and she goes, oh, first you were looking for a girl, not looking for a girl. And now you're not looking for a guy. I mean, what's going on? So it's kind of funny.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But, we know what happens when we get Seinfeld in here.
Yeah.
By the way, we already have 50 thumbs up, which is great. So hit that thumbs up, people.
Yes, thank you. Hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you hit check out the description box for Dave's link. He does gardening. You guys all know this. My God, why am I repeating myself?
Every Saturday morning, a new gardening video on my channel.
Yes, and I should say that next week we are doing Columbo. We are doing prescription.
Not just Columbo. The very first time we see Peter Falk play Columbo in a made-for-TV movie, which is Prescription Murder. It is fantabulous. I think 1968, 1969 is the air date on it. And we have Gene Barry, Catherine Justice, who I would have married back then. Of course, Peter Falk, Nina Falk, and also Gene Barry, if I didn't mention him. William Wyndham is in it.
Gene Barry is in there. From the Carol Burnett Show.
I will tell you, I am going to say right now, Dino will absolutely love this.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Set the time aside. It is a 2-hour film.
Right. Yes. Hey, Rick, what's going on? Listen, the early stuff that I watched up until Ashes to Ashes was fantastic. So I can't wait for this one. But me and Dave are going to, after Columbo, we're hitting a new series, The Prisoner. For you, any fans of sci-fi out there, you guys know what we're talking about. The Prisoner. We're going to do season 1, episode 1. We're going to start doing The Prisoner, and then we're going to do another Kolchak.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're even talking about down the road doing The Invaders. We're going to talk about Silver Streak one of these, maybe closer to holiday, like you said. Yes, all that good stuff. But what's that all about? There?
Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah, down the road.
Down the road, we're going to look at Twin Peaks as well. Going to see what that does. So
yeah, that's where we're at.
So
he goes up. He's going to
invited to her bedroom.
Yes, this is where it all happens. This is where the magic happens.
Or doesn't happen.
It's supposed to happen. But no, yeah, Gatita takes him up to the bedroom, Jim West, and she's doing the thing with putting some salt. Do you want a drink? Put some salt and lime. Well, lime and then the salt.
Puts the lime on her hand. Puts the salt on top of that. Just ready to lick that off.
Yeah, and then he's oh boy.
But he's
like worried about being.
He knows it's a trap, right? So he's like, I'm not going to drink the tequila because I know the tequila's drugged. But she's all, I'll drink the tequila.
We drink it together.
And so they drink it together, but the poison was actually in the salt.
Yes. The salt and the lime on her thing, yeah. And I like when he notices it after he figures it out real quickly. He goes, it's not in the drink, it's in the salt that I just put in. Yeah, and then he starts to pass out, and she lays him in the bed. And thus the name, The Night of the Deadly Bed. And it's the only time you're going to see this, but this is the title of the episode. Put the lime on the coconut. He's laying in bed, he's passed out. And she's basically saying, it's a shame. She's talking to him while he's passed out there. It's awful nice of her.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if in some way he's kind of hearing her voice and maybe seeing her in a haze, it's something nice to go out with, But
what did you think about that with the roof coming down and then the spikes and all?
Well, yeah, let me talk about. Okay, so as soon as she walks out, she pulls the cord that you would usually call the butler or whatever, the help.
What do they call a butler in Mexico?
What do they call a butler in Mexico? A butler? No, I don't know. Help? I don't know. But it starts the descent of a bed of nails from the top of the bed, slowly coming down. At first, when she walked away from the bed, I'm like, because you can hear something. I'm like, is she starting a guillotine? Is she because something's happening back there?
Yeah.
But it is Night of the Deadly Bed, but you don't know what's happening. But then you see the bed of nails, and when I seen it, I'm just like going, okay, that's actually it's pretty cool. For a horror movie and anything in that realm, it's pretty cool. Like giallos, I would see it's something you would see like in a giallo movie, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it because this is something you'll see throughout this series. Is
Thanks, Andrew.
these types of death traps that he's going to be facing.
Yeah, and it's coming down slow. I always wondered, like, if you're trying to get rid of this guy, why is it rigged up? I mean, I can see if you're trying to torture the guy and he's tied up, but this is just coming down real slow. She walks out of the room, and he's just laying there. He's not tied up or nothing. But
No,
they evidently know
he-
the timing of the drug, but they were wrong because he wakes
way
up.
wrong. Yeah, and it's going to be messy when he's stabbed all those times. There's going to be blood everywhere. There's
Yeah.
better be like some plastic underneath the bed, I guess.
Well, what I would do if I was doing that, I would have a metal, kind of like an autopsy kind of bed where the mattress fit right in.
Yeah.
So that the mattress can be thrown out and you could just wash off the metal part of the bed and put a new mattress in there.
That's terrific. Remind me never
That's
to come
what
over.
me and my one buddy. So yeah, so I think it's really, really cool.
But it's also a great time for a commercial.
Is it? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
What would you like to talk about?
Well, no,
Ovaltine?
yeah, I mean, on
Oh.
the TV show, that's what happens. He's right about to die, commercial, and then, of course, they come back from commercial, and the nails are a little bit higher up, and you kind of see him waking up, and luckily there's a chair, and he throws in the chair to stop the bed and rolls out the other side.
Yeah, I don't think the chair did anything. I think he just rolling out from the side of the bed was good enough.
I love the sound effect though when that chair is being busted. It's like, it's just come on.
It was like, I don't know. Did that sound? Anyways, yeah, the chair breaks and he just flies out. So he survived it, you know. And they didn't know what they were doing. I don't know. So isn't he back to the train again?
Well, he is. However, he does see some people walking with, outside of this place that he's at.
Yes. He's going to leave and escape the room, and as he does, he's on the would you call it a porch? What do you call a Mexican porch? It's an hacienda. Is it?
I think so.
Okay, well, there you go. Thank you very much. You said Bordero?
Porchero.
So he's on the Porchero, and he sees a bunch of who would you call them?
It's also,
I don't know.
It's a second floor, so it can't be a porch. It's got to be a balcony.
Yes.
Anyway,
okay, what's the balcony?
All right. So we've got the balcony, and he sees people like going into the mission, and they're
hobbits.
Like they've got
they're hobbits.
Yeah, well, they are, but they've
got sacks over the thing, and they're going like this.
And yeah,
or
then
warlocks.
Quick over to Artemis, and they're back in
Yes.
the train, and he's telling Artemis he's got to become one of these workers and sneak into the mission. And
did he tell him that?
Yeah, he tells him that. And then he also has the quote I wrote down, the only quote of the whole show. Stay away from the beds in this town. They're pure murder.
Yeah, that was a good line.
When
he said that, I thought, and because he just leaves, I'm like, Artemis is not going to know what you're talking about, Mr. West. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't know he didn't tell him the whole thing. Unless maybe he did tell him the story of the death. I almost got killed with a bed of nails.
Oh, I'm sure he ended up.
Okay, so that it does make sense then.
Because they're reporting to General President Grant.
Yes. Hello, William Curry. Good to see you again. But those the Mexicans were running coal into the little village. and he's trying to wonder, why are they bringing this kind of coal into the village? What are they trying to do with this? So that's kind of the story, part of the storyline too. And yeah, I think so, right?
Well, yes, because they need coal for the train.
Yeah, Coltrane.
John.
Cole, yes, he's a good singer. I love his songs.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah. Well, what do you call? What? Listen, I'm not.
Ooh,
We're not going that way, Francis.
We're gonna lose our base here.
Yeah, no. I'm only having fun with trying to know the names in a different country of things. It's just like France. What does France call a balcony? You know, I'm sure something different than we call it. You know what I mean? So. Again, what caught me was the cantina in the saloon. I thought it was a saloon, but if it's in Mexico, it's a cantina. So let's not go too far. Anyways.
All right. So we're back at the mission. That's what we're going to call it.
Yes.
And he's going to jump over the wall to get in, Jim West. And as he jumps on top of the wall, we realize it's a stage set because the wall kind of moves.
Yes.
Which is always a lot of fun.
You noticed some things in this episode. I didn't even notice the wall move.
Oh yeah, I've watched this so many
out of it.
I mean, this is like a Columbo for me. I mean, I can tell you who the background actors are.
Okay.
What's also
I tell you what, I do love the way he falls off of the wall.
He does kind of fall.
But the way he does it, like, it's a stunt man, I would think, unless he did it.
No, he does his own stunts.
It's like he lands right on his feet. It was pretty cool. It was like James Bond, man. But yeah, talk about the woman, Roxanne.
Oh, we got Roxanne. Roxanne, a very underrated part of the episode. She doesn't do a whole lot. We see her a couple of times, and we're not really sure what happens to her. But she basically
to introduce Flory, I think. That's all.
A good idea. Yeah. And so she comes running out into this big courtyard, and there's these two German shepherds. And so I wrote down, what is a French man doing with German shepherds? That was kind of weird. And she runs up on top of this thing that's holding a gong. But
they did become a big European dog at the time. If he's from France, which is close to Germany, it all makes sense, Dave.
Okay.
German Shepherd. Go ahead.
So the dogs have her pinned up on top of this platform, and Flory comes out, and she's all, Monsieur Flory, please save me, or please, spare me. And we're not exactly sure, she's a captive, but, is she going to be killed, or what happens? And so it's just a very quick scene, and it's over. They go back inside. Jim West jumps down and heads over to the underground, where he sees these workers going. And when you first get into the
warlock of the time machine, in the warlocks underneath, working. Okay, go ahead.
Very, very true. But when we first go in the underground, it's also the same scene as the underground in our very first episode of the Wild Wild West, where we have all the basically cannon, gunpowder, things like that. It's just the same set, just different people in a different movie.
Right. I mean, you could tell. Yeah, I was looking at the set design and stuff like that. You could tell that of course, they're going to reuse certain, areas and sets and stuff like that. So I did notice that. And Robert Conrad, he was practically a gymnastic athlete. So
yeah, he is the only actor in the Stuntman Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. For gymnastics?
For being a stuntman.
Oh, that's right. Oh. So, but that's called a gymnast, Ed. Just letting you know, a gymnastic athlete is a gymnast. Yes. I can't wait till Ed he's sending me a painting that he did, and it's really, really cool. Nice. Ed, you do some good stuff. You can find him on Facebook, Ed Stathis. If you're looking for a piece of artwork for your wall. I can't wait to show you what he's got. It's got to go on. I don't know if it fits in the set, but I got to find it somewhere. Dave, you are so bright. It's like the
The wind
solar.
blowing open.
Is that the sun or is that the light?
It's the eclipse.
It's
It's here early.
Oh, there we. Well,
Yeah, it's just the wind is blowing the curtains.
it looked like you were being radiated. That's not a good thing. Jiminy Christmas.
Maybe I am.
Dave comes
Maybe
back
I am.
next week and he's got a half tanned face from the window.
Oh, well, let me tell you, I used to drive for a living, right? And so one of my arms is like super tan, the other is always super white. It's weird.
Well, no, that's a big thing that would have. Well, I haven't heard that in many, many years, but I think my uncle used to joke about that all the time, the hillbilly tan and all that, where you got the white T-shirt and stuff. But the truckers would always have their arms out the window, and why is the bussers like Ralph Crampton honeymooners, you know?
But that was black and white.
Right, well, right, yeah, but always having the left. Okay, so where are we at?
Well, I was gonna also. I should have thought quicker. I could have said it's the Kenny Rogers Roasters next door.
You could, if it was red, but it was white. But yeah, they don't got the red bulbs and they got the white bulbs.
All right, it's Chick-fil-A. That's what it is.
Well, this Roxanne girl, okay, she comes running, and I think for a split second, that whole storyline, and it's very brief, and it really doesn't matter except to introduce Flory. But if you were to take what was going on there between Flory and Roxanne, it would kind of make a good Giallo movie too. Second time I referenced a Giallo movie, because he's somewhat torturing her. Like he's got this kind of Napoleon complex thing going on, right? He wants to be Napoleon. He wants to take over Mexico and turn it.
He does. He's all about the Second Empire. When you see him at the table, it's a big banquet table. The portrait behind him is Napoleon III, who is the nephew of Napoleon Bonaparte. Right. And so they're talking a lot about Napoleon's failures throughout the film. And he's like, I'm going to win this, not for France, but for me.
Yes. And he wants to reinstate the Napoleonic laws that I need to look this up. I wonder what his laws actually were. Probably very, very bad. But, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Napoleon was a weird guy. That's all I know. He was a little loony. What do they call a loony Frenchman? I don't know. That's Napoleon. Okay, so Bill and Ted with Napoleon. Yeah, that was funny, Edward Stewart. So Roxanne, getting back to that, he's basically torturing her by keeping her there and not making her eat. She doesn't get no food, and he goes, abstinence is like, what did he say?
Something good for the soul or something like that.
And I like how Gatita ended up turning nice, because she meets Jim up in the room and she's saying, you know, I didn't mean I have to do what I'm told. This Flory took over our village and we are all his workers, and we must do as he says. You know, I wonder how easy it is to get away from there though, because Jim is just in and out.
Probably not too easy because there's nothing around it.
Okay, so yeah, if you don't got horseback and you can't get to a train like Jim West can, then it can be a tough ride for you, or a tough walk. But yeah, Roxanne sitting at the table and it just, but it never made no sense because, like you said, there was no conclusion to that storyline. But anyways.
And he's gonna like take her out for the fox hunt or something like that, and she's gonna, you know, I guess be hunted down in this thing, but it never shows that or anything like that.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. We're saving you for the hunt. But Jim West does come down the stairs and he's introduced to Flory, and this is when Flory kind of goes in deep about everything. He's laying out his cards on what he's doing, everything he's doing, right, Dave?
Yeah, he basically tells him everything. And it's surprising also that Jim West doesn't try to fight him here or anything like that. He's always surrounded as well by two fully dressed military
And 2
personnel.
German
You know,
Shepherds. So, I mean,
and
French
2 German
Shepherds.
Shepherds.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they're scary. Oh, Dave,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
tell you. Yeah. Is that a good breeze coming in the window?
It's
I bet
fantastic.
it. What is it, like 90 degrees there? Dave's got
It's not bad. It's going to be like a high 80s later. We had literally a frost about 2 days ago.
what?
Um, yeah, it was crazy. The weather, we had a really fast winter storm come through and got really cold, and now it's warming up again.
Ed Stathis has well, that's good. The warmth is coming.
Are we ever on subject? It's that.
Well, I was going to say that, but be on the lookout for Sasquatch Sunset hitting the theaters this week. Oh, I heard people talking about that. It's a new Bigfoot movie, but
Okay.
Sasquatch Sunset. I don't know about the name. The title alone kind of throws me off. I don't know. But yeah, he starts telling him he's telling him everything that he's going to do and stuff like that. And he plans to destroy the railroad system. Yeah, I talked about this. He says he has secret tracks that he's building everywhere where he's going to institute this
Right.
battling.
They're going to be little side shoots off of the main
Yeah.
tracks, is what he's doing.
And it's going to,
And it's so funny.
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's so funny. Go ahead.
Because his train is in like the little bat cave.
Yes.
And then you see the lights turn on and the smoke, and it goes out and it knocks off the train, as we talked about earlier.
Backs up.
But then it goes backwards and it goes like that, right back into its little bat cave.
Yeah, I love that.
And my question is there only going to be one of these trains, or is there going to be multiples?
Yeah, because what we come to find out, Dave, right, is that he has this village that he set up where he has workers. That's why they were bringing in the coal, working underground, which Jim West finds. And I don't think we even talked about that yet. Let's get to that. Where they're building this train.
Way past that.
Are we way past that?
Well, the first time where he gets caught, because he walks by all the workers and sees them shoveling coal into this fire pit.
I thought it was funny that he threw his hat away and was wearing a poncho. He saw a poncho over there, put that on, and he was going to disguise himself, and the disguise was just a poncho and throwing rope over his shoulder.
Yeah. And it worked. It worked. He got all the way to the emergency door, but like you're not supposed to do, he tried to use the emergency door during normal hours of operation.
Yeah, but I don't think any of the other workers down there were sweating and dirty, had the Clairol hairsprayed hair like William Conrad had, poking out the top.
No, his hair is always perfect.
You can wear as much, dirty ponchos as you want, but man, that head of hair is sitting there. Hold it.
Kind of reminds me of John Travolta in a way.
Kind of does.
From Saturday Night. Don't touch that.
Don't touch the hair, Sandy. But yeah, no. So I just wanted to throw that in there. He did sneak his way through, and that's how he got caught. But yeah, there's the whole underground where he's building. All these villagers are building the train, and he goes in depth about the 200 pounds per square inch. This is going to knock out any train that comes at him. And really,
he's got all the specs down, right?
Don't
he's
look like
brilliant guy as far as building a train. And part of it, like he talks about the wheels on the tracks. And Jim West is all, what happens when like the tracks are wet? He goes, oh, I've got like burners that'll blow the train's tracks dry before we go over.
Oh, he had all kinds of things. And then, but when they showed the train, it was Aquanet. But when they showed the train, Dave wears Aquanet too. Or is that just mousse?
It's only
is it gel mousse or
I haven't used Aquanet since the 70s.
Is it foamy mousse or gel?
Foamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I push all my hair up into a giant. It's all underneath hair.
All.
And when I take this off, it flows down like I'm flying through the wind, like Lestat the vampire.
Okay.
No, it's actually it's shaved down all the way. There's nothing up there. Anyways,
So Sasquatch sunset, huh?
yeah, saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's. It was perfect. The glove cleaner. That's a good one. I like it.
Oh, that is
Okay, but when they show the train, Dave, it looks like it's made out of cardboard and aluminum foil.
I thought it was a little bit better than that.
Okay.
Just cardboard.
It did not look like it was
But you
all
don't
that power he was talking about, and it was like this round, the front of the battering. Go ahead,
yeah,
Dave.
but they just show pretty much the battering ram.
I'm not putting it down. It's a great. The series is wonderful, Dave. And I liking the episodes. This is a great episode. Wait till you hear my score.
We have scores.
I'm going to give it a score. And
All right.
You're going to be ecstatic.
I can't wait. I only have a
Yeah.
scores in A. That was from last week.
Oh man. But okay, you continue. Take it away.
All right. I'm going to jump ahead because we're
Mhm.
done with the train and we're back
Yeah.
outside because they're going to kill Jim West.
Oh no.
Sadly, he doesn't want to. He finds him a good adversary.
Yeah.
But we have a gong that is supposed to go off at noon,
This
basically.
is another really good contraption.
Yes.
Go in depth, Dave. Tell us about this.
I don't
What's
want
it
to
made
go
of?
in depth. They tie Jim West in front of this gong, right? And there's basically this log is going to be set loose from all this water coming into a basically, I don't know, it's
A little catch basin made of wood.
yes,
It's like an hourglass of sand,
correct.
but not. It's a wooden. Water collects in the wooden basin, lowers, pulling back this wooden log that usually gongs, but instead it's going to be pulled back and it's going to go right into Jim West's gut. And if it doesn't make it through, it's going to bruise him up pretty good.
I think this guy is so tough though that he would actually stop.
You think he's a superhuman with the abdomens and stuff?
I do. I think he's Chuck Norris. He is
Chuck Norris. Okay. Yeah. No, I get you there.
Basically, he's got his ring.
Oh,
he turns the ring to the sun.
Wonder Twins activate.
Totally, like you have this almost laser that goes across him to his other wrist, and it burns the rope that's holding it.
Yeah.
It breaks loose right at the last moment.
So not only is it got a cutting element to it that cuts steel,
but we don't know that yet.
We don't, but it cuts chained steel. It also incorporates a little mirror. Why not? That can burn the rope, which it does for him, and he escapes just in time. But I love Artemis too, Dave. Go in depth. Go ahead.
So Artemis comes out of the basement, and he's dressed up as a person who is working in the basement, and he starts singing like he's a drunk guy, like "Yo, compadre," type of thing. And
he's trying to get the attention off of.
So we don't.
Jim West.
Because basically the bad guy and Gatita and Roxanne and the German Shepherds are sitting on the front porch enjoying some sweet tea, waiting for Jim West to be killed.
They're all watching.
And
it is time for you to die.
Artemis also has this little pouch of whatever, and he like blows it and it's smoke and it's like knockout gas, which you would always bring with you. Works out great.
Yeah. So he opens it up, shoots it out. Oh, very, very good. And he makes his way up to Jim West.
Yeah. And we're thinking at this point, hey, they're going to get away.
Yeah.
Because they're knocking out all the guards, but our
Billy the Kid, Flory, takes aim.
Pretty good. Takes aim with his little French gun. One shot right into the pouch that has all the knockout gas.
Wait, why has it got to be a little French gun?
Because it's a little French gun.
The French are known for their magnificent revolvers.
Are they really?
Yes. You're a historian,
I am.
professor.
I only know Colts and Derringers and American-made guns.
Okay.
This is the Civil War time.
Oh, the French revolvers during this time, they used to make them for other countries. They were so good.
I had no idea.
Yes. Oh, look into it, Dave.
I'm sorry.
Teach a class on it.
All right. So the guy pulls out this really great French gun. It's all engraved and beautiful. And he shoots. He hits the knockout glass.
Pew! Yeah, right there.
Everyone passes out.
Yeah.
And then we've got Jim West, Artemis in handcuffs. Gadita, she's somewhere in a cage, which was actually kind of hot. But
yes, the odd thing. Well, not the odd thing, but yeah, she's in a cage.
she is.
So yeah, I ain't even going there.
And we
Anyway,
don't even know where Roxanne is. Roxanne never comes out again.
no, she's gone. But because Gatita tried helping, she knocked. Everybody was knocking everybody down because they thought, "Yay, Jim West is going to be free and he's going to get." But no, that wasn't the case, and everybody got caught and they're back, trapped down underground where this train is. And they're going to hatch an escape plan, Dave. I know
They
it.
are. They are. They have to shovel coal into the coal chute type of thing where
Is
they
that
have
what they're going to do?
where they have all these.
I
this
put my
fire
food
coal.
in the food box.
Yeah. So anyway, Artemis lets him know that that one bucket has all the dynamite encased coal.
Yeah.
And he wrapped it separately, which to me, it's been down there for a while now. Why hasn't anyone like put it in there? Because this episode would have ended like 30 minutes ago had they done it.
Right. I thought it was going to blow up and distract what was going on outside. But no, they kept it. He did tie a knot in it, kind of.
Yeah.
Put it off to the side. So maybe the villagers just were so tired and weak and needed food and water that they just were getting what was off to the side. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to go too in depth on that subject, but
yeah. So Jim tells Artemis, tell everyone it's time to revolt. And he gets on top of the train parts and starts telling everyone that,
don't you see what they're doing to you? They're enslaving you. They're making you do this for nothing. They're going to destroy you and kill you afterwards. And he just went on and on.
But the thing is, none of them speak English.
No.
So then,
but they got the actions. Him
right.
going like this. I mean, if I did that, Dave, what would you think?
I would think your mic is broken.
Wait, wasn't Gatita? No, I think Gatita was translating.
Well, then Gatita has to step in because they don't know what the hell this crazy guy's doing.
Right.
And so Gatita then in Spanish tells them like, hey, everyone, it's time to revolt and throw over this, French monarchy. And the French guy comes in, right? Flory comes in with his dogs, comes in with his two soldiers. They start shooting. He's like, I'm not going to put up with this. Boom, kills one of the guys, which you would normally think would like put everyone back. No, the guys are all screw you, Frenchman, and they push this basically
Braveheart, man.
I've never seen Braveheart.
Oh, what? You got to see Braveheart, Dave.
All right.
I know it's long, but you'll love it.
All right.
And you'll thank me for it.
Okay.
Because when things go down there in California, you'll know what to do.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
well, I'm worried things are going to go down in California now.
Well, no, it just was an expression. I don't think that's going to happen, but go ahead.
All right. So they basically push this giant cart into the French guy, and he like gets knocked down, passes out or whatever.
Yeah, I thought he was dead for a second.
I did too. I thought, cool, it's over. And all of the workers escape. Gatita escapes with Artemis, and Jim West is now going to shovel in the dynamite that's going to blow up the whole place and bury the train.
Yeah, and this is the part that kind of got me a little bit, but it didn't ruin nothing. But I mean, okay. So he starts to shoveling, and meanwhile, minutes are going by. Okay, so and we're talking minutes, not even minutes. Right. But
so here's the deal.
Flory is okay.
You have 90 minutes from 90 minutes, well, 90 seconds, a minute and a half from putting in the dynamite into the furnace to where it's going to blow up.
Yes.
The scene itself lasts 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, it seemed even longer than that, but Flory's locking the doors behind him. I like that he takes his German Shepherds out. He doesn't want nothing to happen to them.
You got to be free. You got to set the animals free.
Yeah, but Flory comes back and he throws the key in the furnace. But meanwhile, he's got all that dynamite stuff in there, and Flory goes, "I know we got a minute and a half or a 90 second. I forget what he said, but he goes, it's once it reaches 132 degrees, it starts. I don't know, something like that. It's very complicated, but not really. Anyways, he says we only got this much time, but then they go on to fight, and of course Jim West beats the crap out of him.
At first, yes.
Well, at first.
Well, the guy comes back from it.
Yeah, but he doesn't really hurt or mess up.
Oh, Jim no, he doesn't ever mess Jim West or his hair.
He goes, okay, you got up. But meanwhile, when he's down and out, Jim West is hoisting this big. The use of battling rams and stuff like that. What's the other word for a battling ram? A wooden beam.
Yeah.
He's hoisting it up and he's going to knock the doors open. And he starts to do it. And I love when he first hoists it up, Dave, because it swings back and hits him like right on the hip and where his privates are. And I'm like, and he just doesn't flinch. They keep shooting. I'm like going, oh my God, that would have knocked him down. He would have been in pain and he's done with.
my comment was, that had to hurt.
That had to, I missed it by that. No, okay, my voice. Thank you. But yeah, he comes back and he starts to hit him. I think he just does one swing at Flory, knocks him into this pulley-like system, and he gets crushed.
Oh yeah, it's a horrible death. You don't even hear the screams or anything like that, but it's like a bicycle wheel, and you get caught in the spokes, and then you get dragged under, and all you see is his leg.
But guess what happens?
What?
Jim West does one final hit, and he runs out the door, and guess what happens?
Explosion.
Immediately, just in time. Just in time.
Thank God, because we need episode 3.
Yes.
And what we see then is the workers have run, and the Artemis and Gatita, they're like huddled around a big rock for, safety. Yeah. And we see the explosions from the hillside and everything. And they're all like, oh my God, he didn't make it out. But then out of the smoke,
yes, Ed.
Here he comes running. I've made it.
And into the arms of Gatita, I do believe.
Thank God. And they walk away. They leave Artemis behind.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean,
I would too.
I mean, I'm getting the feeling that every episode, poor Artemis is what I'm thinking.
I do as well. Although he does get a couple girls in some later episodes.
Okay, good for him. He probably complained to the studio.
Probably. And it's really sad too, because he did, in real life, he did die very young. And I think he died in 1984. Just had a heart attack at like 49 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He died that young?
Died very young, yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. Very good actor. Very good actor. But then we're back at the train. And yes, it is a Get Smart reference. Missed it by that much. My voice is a little off. I'm sick, but Dave would say, well, it's always off. Anyways, I try. They're back on the train, and basically Jim West is just doing the tequila thing with Gatita, all dressed to the nines this time, and looking. She's always looked good. So, but yeah. And poor Artemis comes in and goes, "It's a bad time," and he leaves. And the end.
Yes.
Go ahead, Dave. Tell your version.
Well, it's the same thing. They're just about to make out, and Artemis comes in and goes, "Oh, sorry, my bad." And he
But
turns.
Jim didn't care. He didn't. He ignored him.
He always ignores him.
Yeah,
But he does turn on the music, and she starts dancing again. And then all we see is the train driving away into the darkness. And one thing I noticed is there's a hell of a lot of wood in that second compartment for that train. They're not using coal for the train, they're using wood.
Oh, yeah.
And then it has that perfect, driving out into the darkness, the smoke, totally filling the space, the lights on in the cabins. It's just a great ending.
What I noticed so much was the black smoke, Dave. Like, it wasn't a clean white smoke.
Oh, no.
It was a black, dark smoke. And I'm like going, this is a government train issued to Jim West. They most definitely should. It shouldn't. There's grease problems. There's problems going on in the engine. Okay. Dino's abrupt ending description. Hey, JoJo. What's going on?
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Listen, it needs. That's as abrupt as it's going to get. I mean, that's exactly what happens.
It is. It's very truthful.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Is it very?
And so you had. I'm sorry.
Is the sun going down on you, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Here's my abrupt ending. How about that?
Yes.
Be on the East Coast like you and all these people. It's still sunny here. It's 6:15.
Oh my God.
It's not dark at all.
Listen, I'm trying to get through this episode as fast as I can because I'm sick.
I'm sorry. I wish you were better.
No, I'm good. Listen, this is still a good episode. I love it. We had fun, and I do like. I like this one. She's asking how's Dave's patience with Dino tonight. Dave's patience is always pretty darn good with me.
I think so. I'm a teacher.
Yeah, he's a teacher, so
yeah, they train us in patience.
He lets Dino, the child, just do his thing and say, and then continue on when he's done blabbering. Right, Dave?
That's right, Dino.
Okay.
You had a score for this?
Yes. I mean, honestly, I would give this about a 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it.
It's a little bit higher than IMDb. It gave it a 7.3 for this episode.
Okay, close enough. So I was almost spot on IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah. The odds work their way out eventually, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
We all come out as average.
They do. They do. In the end, it's usually the quote. What is that? The quotus. Come on, Dave, help me out.
The quotus with the mostest.
Okay, no, yeah, you're. I don't know what I'm saying. Whew, hey, I got a Lego police officer here. You can't see it because I'm way back to begin with, but I should show the museum. Should I show the museum?
Well, do you want to hear my score?
Oh, yes. What's your score, Dave?
My score was a 7.0. It got a C.
Lower than me.
I think there was some things. I didn't like the setting. I didn't like the way that the workers were treated, things like that. Gatita definitely brought it up.
You sound like a union boss.
Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying.
And I mean, there were some great things about this episode that I really liked, and some things that were just, I
tell you, yes. I love the deadly bed. I loved how they did that.
It is cool.
And not just the way they incorporated that apparatus, but the other one wherein he was tied up to the gong and the water dripping into the basin and pulling back the gun. It's a la Edgar Allan Poe or something like that. I mean,
True. That is a good point.
yeah, weird. I didn't see that so much in the first one. This one, I see a little bit of a different type of implementing of like how they're going to kill them and stuff like that. So I mean, it was different. I liked it. I really did.
We're only up to 78 likes though.
Only 78 thumbs up.
68. I'm sorry, 68.
68? Has anyone not hit that thumbs up button? Please hit it. Please hit it. Anyways, next week me and Dave are going to do Columbo. Tonight I got a detective stream all night long. I put them together today this morning. So I handpicked what I was going to play tonight. What else can I say? I've got 3 more buildings done.
Oh, you want to show the museum?
Should I show the museum?
Show the museum.
Let me show the Lego museum over in the city.
All right.
See how
Finally got rid of them. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is Dave's Late Horror Show.
All right. Okay, can you see that?
Whoa.
Look how big that sucker is.
Whoa.
Is that cool or what?
That is amazing. How many pieces of Legos is that?
That's almost 4,000 pieces.
Holy bejesus.
And all of the people pigeons, the window cleaner here.
Now, did you record that?
Not, videos are going up on the other channel when I release the information on the other channel. Inside of here is an astronomical, what do you call that, where all the planets are kind of revolving on a stand? It's something like that. Dinosaur bones going up through the middle. The detail is on the inside. That's the cool part of this. I stayed up way too many hours playing with the figures on the inside, Dave. I was going, oh, we got to pay admission, Mom, to get in. Stuff like that.
Wow.
I mean, like the police officer, the other, I was going, stop, miss, you can't go in there. I mean, we're adults, but we can still play, right, Dave?
Yes.
Okay, I don't really do that, but I'm just saying, I love the aesthetic of it all. Wow, that is something else. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, that's just the museum. I've got, well, you guys know, I've got the diner, I've got the jazz club, the boutique over there. I got the theater on the table, got the police station, Assembly Square, and Birch Books. So yes, the city is taking form. Solar. I know it's a solar system, Jojo, but what is it where the solar system, like in a school or in an astronomy class or something like that, is on a basin where you can spin it, revolve it. I know it's called something, and somebody will come up with it real quick. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what it is, but I don't know of a specific name.
Not a carousel.
Mobile?
Well, I mean, similar, but there is an actual name for it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Wait, what's going on out there, Dave? Is that the police coming after you? Or is that kid?
No, it's the pool next door. There's kids.
Oh, they're swimming.
Yeah.
You ever make it here, we'll take you to Legoland. Oh, thank you, Edward. That would be awesome. I don't think I'll get down there, though, but I would love to. But what's that?
Connie puts down Lazy Susan.
No, Lazy Susan. That's where you store your food. Yeah, that's like a pantry that you can spin. You know what? Dave, look it up.
I'm not going to look it up. We're almost done. But
astronomy class.
Can we go back to one of the actors that we kind of overlooked? It is Captain Jackson. I'd like to. Never mind.
Okay.
Captain Jackson is almost lived to be 100 years old. He died just a year or two ago at 97. He had 350 acting credits, and he starred he worked mostly as a stuntman. He was in Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
He was in The Wonder Years. He was in Silver Streak. He was in Little House on the Prairie. The Black Hole, he was Ernest Borgnine's stunt double. And in The Father Father Dowling Mysteries. He was Tom Bosley's stunt double. So just a few fun
Oh,
facts
okay.
from that.
He was in the Wonder Years, huh?
He was one episode. Like many of these actors, it was just like one episode, maybe two.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I've got that. Wonder Years is another show that I've just it. I know it like the back of my hand. Lines, everything. It's just something I love.
Well, we should get Danica McKellar on our program.
I wonder if she would come on. Yeah.
She would. I'm sure she's got to love horror.
Well, she loves mathematics.
She loves Hallmark.
She does. Hallmark isn't horror. Hallmark is cheesy
Not yet.
detective shows.
I don't know. She's in so many Hallmark
There's
presentations.
so many detective shows on Hallmark. You might like it, Dave.
All right.
Rotational turntable. It's a rotational something. You guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah. There's so many Hallmark detective shows, and they're all like a woman working in a coffee shop or a flower shop, and she stumbles on a mystery and solves them. I mean, you might like it, Dave. Give it a shot.
All right. I might give it a shot.
Maybe we should start covering some of those. No.
We've got so much to cover. I mean, we are booked through
I know.
25.
Oh, we've got the whole year of 20. This whole year is filled already. I mean,
Yeah, we're pretty well booked.
Yeah, we're booked. Sorry, everybody. Orbiting solar system. I looked it up. It's an orrery. Thank you, Kathy. That's it. Thank you.
What is it in America?
Somebody looked it up for me. Thank you. It is an odd term, but yes, it's where you can actually move the planets.
There
known
you go. In America, it's a heliocentric model.
There you go. A heliocentric.
Thank you,
Kathy. Oh man, enjoy that eclipse, Kathy. I had to tell my kids, don't look at the sun. I mean, well, you would think they'd know that, but I just my mind went straight to don't look at the sun tomorrow. They're letting school out early for the solar eclipse.
Holy moly! I thought they only did that for snow days.
No, listen. There's so much going on. There's videos of people like cheering and clapping. I'm like going, what's the celebration? I don't understand. It's going to be cool. I mean, Kathy came all the way down for the eclipse, so it's a cool thing to see. Well, she came down, I think, mostly for the Christmas Story house, right, Kathy? But you'd be surprised, though. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't. Maybe there's some kind of. Okay, I'm stopping. With that said, Dave's really thirsting coffee and food. What, whiskey?
Oh no, I am going to go I'm drinking tea now. I'm going for coffee soon, and I got to go grocery shopping tonight because I got to go back to work tomorrow. Spring break's over.
And
that'll be fun. Spring break. They call it spring recess here now.
We're going to watch it Portage State Park. Okay, yeah, cool. Part of the Metro Parks system, Kathy. You are going to love it. And again, Kathy came right up to my door and gave me a box of all kinds of goodies and sweets from Canada. And she was able to check out Be a Sweetie Candy Company right down the road. A big warehouse of candy. Kathy, how did you love that? What's that?
And sodas.
And sodas, yes. Every kind of soda you can think of. It is so freaking good. My favorite chocolate there is, I got my Ovaltine too. Yes, Kathy, real Ovaltine from the States. Because Dave.
Don't declare it at the border.
When Kathy, they will declare. What's in this Ovaltine, miss? We need to take you out back. And okay, anyways. Yes, when Kathy, that was the saddest day ever. When she made a cup of Ovaltine And she said, it don't even dissolve in the milk. And I said to look at and when she told me it's a total, they call it Ovaltine, different ingredients made by different manufacturer, all of that, and it don't even melt and dissolve in your milk. I'm going, no, you need real Ovaltine from the States. When you drink it and you love it, maybe I'll send you a box of it. How about that? That's a Seinfeld episode where they send you a bunch of Jerry's one friend or Elaine's friend sent a big box of barbecue sauce.
No.
No, we can't.
I mean, yes, but I was thinking you were going to say the Mackinac peaches.
The Mackinac peaches.
2 weeks. You got Mackinac peaches, Jerry.
Yeah. And it's coming up the season. So, yeah, it was disgusting, says Kathy. Ovaltine starts my day, Edward Stewart. You better believe it. Okay, anyways, I got to go, you guys. This better be good. It's going to, listen, don't doubt. There's no doubt.
It is good, Kathy.
Yeah. Warm or cold. But I would say, Kathy, drink it cold with whole milk, if you can drink whole milk. If not, silk almond milk. But so good. Okay, I gotta let Dave go. He's having caffeine fits, I think, because he needs his coffee.
Au revoir, everyone.
Yeah, we Ovaltine.
No, it's French for goodbye.
Oh, is it?
Au revoir.
Yeah, au revoir. Au revoir. How often do you have a show? Chris, me and Dave do it every Sunday.
Every
Sunday.
You can go back in the archives.
Oh, there's a year's worth.
We've got our episodes of Art Bell, Clue.
Check out Dino and Dave's video cast or whatever playlist. It's on the homepage. See ya, Kathy. Have a good day tomorrow and everything like that. I can't believe I got through this. I'm actually feeling a little bit better. I hope it stays that way the rest of the night. Whew. Maybe you helped me, Dave. I don't know. It was rough.
I help lots of people. I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor, Jim. Not a nurse. Wait, I do help you. I'm a doctor, Jim.
Doctor, not a nurse. All right. Let's end this thing. I got to go get coffee.